Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products number 9750C. This is an intumescent self-adhesive seal with a TPE sort of seal material, thermoplastic elastomer. Okay. You have the peel away adhesive on the back. Okay. You have the Intumescent, which is behind here, and makes it certainly rigid in this orientation, but flexible in this orientation. Teardrop shaped sort of seal material. So this material, common teardrop shaped seal material, which is the typical 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch sort of dimension, is going to be used specifically where there is a requirement for smoke and draft control doors, where an intumescent is going to be needed, being a material that expands greatly when activated with heat. UL 10B classified for doors, 10B, UL 10B and 10C classified for wood and metal doors from 90-minute to 3-hour. And this is what's considered an edge sealing sort of system. Category G, that's all important to know when you're referring to your technical requirements for the fire rating of the opening. And can do single doors up to 4 foot by 9 foot and double doors from 8 foot up to 8 foot by 9 foot is what it is. Air infiltration tested, acoustical rated, antimicrobial. The C in the part number means charcoal. You can also order this in B for brown. It would be the same item, just in the brown sort of color. Charcoal is very common. You're going to see this material installed in a lot of installations that require this sort of gasketing that you would have on very typical applications in hotels is really where you're going to see this material. Okay. Available on the site in only specific lengths, such as 36 inch, 48 inch, 84 inch, 96 inch, and 108 inch lengths. This can be rolled, so it probably won't ship to you flat. It would ship to you in a roll. There is a link below this video to the product brochure, which shows this item and National Guard's sister products to it. So that's a very handy sort of document to have to review this item as it relates to the other intumescent or edge sealing sort of systems. You'll see the V-shaped, the V-cushion style, which is the 9850 versus the 9750 teardrop or bulb shaped. Okay. There is also a link below this video to a document called Installation Instructions, which is very important because it shows where to apply the material. In this sort of installation, you're going to have the material applied to the rabbet of the frame, is generally where you're going to have it installed. Not generally, where it will be installed for this material. And then, of course, the installation instructions, which state what really is the obvious, except that it isn't always. And sometimes the first time you install it, you find that it's important that the surface temperature of the material of the frame you're applying it to is at least 50 degrees. Otherwise, the adhesive is not going to bond very well when it's below that. The frame needs to be clean, wiped clean, utterly free of grease, dust, any sort of debris. If the frame has been recently painted, the paint needs to be thoroughly cured. A week generally is what they're looking for. If you have a gloss or a very high gloss paint, or maybe a stain, you will want to rough that up slightly to give some additional surface area for the adhesive to do its work. You're going to want to pre-measure and cut these items to length. You will not try to bend that on an inside corner of the frame. Naturally, that would be a point of failure. You're going to want to be patient when you're installing this material, because while it's very rigid in this sort of orientation, because the frame has all straight lines on it, you'll see if there's any sort of waviness in the installation gradually. I like to peel away about 12 inches and work in a very controlled amount of area and just push onto the frame, not try to do that. Any sort of stretching that is unintentionally done to the material, it will find its natural elasticity overnight, certainly, and that adhesive will probably fail to keep it attached. A shorter length, of course, with the adhesive exposed helps prevent unintentional bumping it onto the frame where you would have to pull it off. That's not a good idea whatsoever for that material. Generally, this material or similar material from National Guard will include an alcohol wipe. This material does include it. It's actually right below my fingertips. You know what? Let me check. Sorry. There's installation instructions here. Yeah, indeed it is. There's actually 2 of them. Alcohol pads. Those are really nice and intelligent to use because they allow you to get the frame free of dust and debris before installation of the material, and of course it will evaporate off. 15 pounds of pressure required straight down the frame. Do not relocate, do not remove it. Push only, no stretching. Make sure the seal does not impede the proper door closing and latching, and that's crucial, which leads me back to the link in to the information in the extended description, which specifically states there that an 1/8 of an inch margin is required to install this material. It will compress down very well, but that intumescent that's there doesn't compress whatsoever. So you're going to want to be sure that you've got an ample margin, meaning if you're ordering doors and frames, maybe the standard pre-fit for a door of 35 and let's say 13/16 if it's a 3-foot door and a steel frame, you might want to modify that. You would want to modify that to 35 3/4. I'm also, I like doing it a 32nd of an inch less because I can pad that, but a 32nd of an inch is so insignificant in terms of having to adjust if it's actually too small. Not important. But having it too tight is something that is usually not a good thing at all, especially when you're dealing with fire-rated doors because you can't modify the width of them whatsoever. The installation instructions, which I've been really looking at, that covers all of it. There's also a link below this video to a document called Technical Sheet, and that's nice because it's a dimensional drawing of the material, shows in a larger format how they want that installed onto the frame, etc. The name National Guard is synonymous with all things weather stripping related. There not only are those links below this video, but there are also those links to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up their full line catalog and review all of their offering of weather stripping in that consolidated product catalog. If you're not familiar with the name National Guard, by all means familiarize yourself. Their name is rather synonymous with commercial caliber weather stripping and obviously intumescent gasketing needs. Any questions on the National Guard Products 9750C, intumescent, charcoal colored, teardrop shaped gasketing, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.